So, Mail Chimp training. Thanks for everybody coming by here and spending some time. It should be pretty brief. I spoke to Brianne beforehand, and we are going to go over just templates and campaign use of MailChimp. So I know there's been some talk of like postcards, and I know I've been meeting with people on that, but for this training, we're just going to go over template building and just kind of understanding other little things within your account. So with that, we'll just go right into the agenda. So we're first going to be talking about user levels and understanding your access. So user levels are basically, once you guys set up your account, you probably saw that you're an author, some maybe managers, and just understanding what your access is within that. Second is using templates and adding content. This is going to be the beef of our presentation, and that's just going to be me constructing a campaign or a newsletter, showing you guys how to do that using blocks and everything within MailChimp. Then we'll go on to just action items. These two will be quick. Action items is just going to be basically me asking you guys a few things to get to me so that we can kind of streamline the process of getting you all working successfully on MailChimp and sending out emails left and right. And then questions. If you guys have any questions, I will answer them to the best of my ability. And yeah, cool. Okay. So user levels. Also, I can't see you guys right now, but if you have like a question within, while we'll go through the PowerPoint and template building, just turn your volume on and just scream at me and I'll try to answer. Okay, so user levels and your access. So just to go over levels, owner, there's only one owner account. That's Brenda Carrillo. She creates the account. The only thing you really need to know about this is that she is like the direct contact for MailChimp. Admin is the same as owner. Myself and Brenda is an admin. Brianne and Leslie, they pretty much get all of the account information. Let's see, owners can perform all actions in the account, including inviting users, editing billing information, and closing the account. So you guys don't need to worry about these. But if you do say you need a new user account, then you could ask me to create that, or ask Brianne or whatnot. Manager is pretty much the same thing as admin, except they can't view billing or they can't export audiences, which is weird because they can import them. Managers, I was just told not too long ago, those will be, right now I think only site coordinators are on MailChimp, but we will get supervisors as managers. And essentially managers are going to be kind of that, they can send emails. So once you guys site coordinators create an email, they will send a test to the managers. Managers will review it. If they like it, awesome, they can send them out to your audiences. Authors, which is I think the bulk of what we have today on our little training, is primarily site coordinators. And they are going to be able to create, edit, delete campaigns and templates, view reports, but you can't send emails. This is just kind of so that we're making sure we're managing everybody in terms of, oh, I think I want to send an email out today and just blast whatever they want out. So there is a process in terms of like getting an email out, and authors are primarily the creators and managers are the senders, although anybody above author can do any of that. Viewers, I don't think we have any viewers on our MailChimp account. But it's basically, you can just view our account and like do nothing. And you can't send emails. Okay. So using templates and adding content. So I'm going to get out of this and hop over to lovely MailChimp. Let me just go to what you guys will see. Okay, so we're going to go over now how to utilize the templates I've created for you guys and for you all, excuse me, and also how you can just build onto that. So once you all have I know majority of you all have your login info. I think there's a few on that RSVP to this that don't have login info, which I will get to you and I'll make an account for you. But for the most part, everybody will benefit from this. So with your login info, once you go to mailchimp.com, you log in. This is going to be kind of your dashboard look. And excuse me, right off the bat, you're going to want to go to campaigns and you're going to go to email templates. Once you're there, you're going to see, this is kind of one that I've mocked created up for you guys, and it's a prep template. I know we have Aspire people on here too. The Aspire template's going to be pretty much the same, so don't worry, you're not getting any less training. There's just a few things on that template because I'm assuming like parents primarily would be reading that, whereas prep is probably high schoolers and parents. But yeah, you'll still benefit from this. So you'll see prep template. You don't want to click here right away, but you're just going to go straight to create campaign. Actually, I'm going to show you guys first before we do create campaign. Just what we have mocked up for you guys. Okay, so I did a quick mock-up of what we're going to kind of just walk through briefly building-wise, but this is kind of just something that you'll be able to see what we're going to build out. The purpose of having everybody on MailChimp, just speaking with Brenda and Brianne and Leslie, is that we kind of want this continuity in terms of branding. So although I'm all for creative freedom, there are a few things that are going to be required on each template, and or on each campaign, which is why we have the templates, so that it's already kind of worked out and you guys can just drag and drop and add. So the things that are going to be required are this guy right here, this logo. This is going to be format-wise the same. This will be an interchangeable logo. So say Beverly is making one for Whittier High School, then she will have her in her content studio, which we'll get into. She'll just be able to drop Whittier's logo there. So format-wise, that's the same. And this is where you guys can get creative, have your creative freedom using these guys, which I'll also talk about. So say you have like online tutoring, you can drop in, you know, your youth leader's picture in the tutor and just have their subject times. You can have live links. What else? For photography club, join preps. This is all just stuff I made up. You know, just drop photos and everything. Again, live links. These are awesome. And then, for the required, sorry. This right here is not required because obviously content's going to change from school to school. But this is going to be required. Obviously, Squidward does not work for Learn, but we're going to have your coordinator there, so they kind of have contact info, their email. I'm pretty sure you guys have drop-in hours. It's probably, I know you guys are not at the sites right now, but just as an example. Another required item on the template, we are going to have these links to our Instagram and our website, and then this jargon down here, which is our mailing address and copyright stuff. Yeah, so just a quick review. This block, and these two blocks down here are required. And you won't have to worry about adding those too much because you have the template. Cool. Okay, so let's go back and rebuild this so that you guys can see how you can drag and drop. Let's go back. Okay, so from here, remember we got to templates by campaigns, email templates. So once you're here in email templates, we don't want to click on this. We want to go directly to the arrow and we're going to go create campaign. So when this pops up, it's already down here. It still says Pioneer. That's fine. We're going to drag and drop different logo, but you just want to name rename. We'll just say Whittier Newsletter. And then click Save. So you're going to see to, from, subject, and content. So to, you're going to click Add Recipients, and we're going to have an audience built out for you. This is also something I met with Brianne on, and I'm probably going to have you guys talk to your supervisors in terms of how you guys want to do audiences. But you're essentially going to have an audience that everyone across the board is going to click. It's going to be called School Site, but for now we'll use COVID-19 employees because there's just 0 subscribed contacts, and we don't have to worry about anything going out. So yeah, essentially this will be called School Sites. Once you click your audience, you want to scroll down here, and you want to do filter using a group, tag, or custom segment. So essentially, once I have a mailing list from everybody, it will have everybody's contacts on one audience, and I will tag them as your school. And so when you click this, we're going to use a tag feature, and then you do choose option, and you'll just have to pick your school here. So that means the emails will only be going to like Clemenson out of that audience, or Pioneer for that audience whole. Okay, cool. So that's for the to. For the from, you do add from, you put your name, full name, Emily Yanis, email address, emily@lenla.org. But you're gonna, so basically I'm assuming that I'm sending this email out, but as a site coordinator, you probably want people to get back to you, so you will want to use your name, your email address. Yeah, make sure you do put your name and email address, because it will default the owner's name. So it will, when you send one out, it will say like from Brenda Carrillo. And I've done that once to a whole school site, and I heard from Brenda because she was getting all the emails. So just make sure you have who you want to be like the primary contact, because a lot of people just look at who it's coming from and emails back to that address. Okay. So subject, this one's pretty fun. Subject is just something like Whittier Newsletter, woohoo, newsletter. And it's awesome too, because Mail Chimp gives you these little tips. It's short and sweet. So yeah, that's short and sweet. Emojis are great, although used in small quantities. This is a real thing. I mean, it's always nicer when you just see one emoji. For me, when I see like 5 different emojis, it's like, that's spam. So ease on the emojis, but they're there. Preview text, you don't always have to use this. Sometimes it's pretty self-explanatory in here, but sometimes you can preview what's in the newsletter. So it's like, oh, join our photo club. Let's see. Yeah, join our photo club. Sign up now, or something like that. Let's add an emoji. These are sad. This one, okay. This, you'll be able to see a preview when we send a test. So yeah, then we can just save that. And then this is the good stuff. Okay, so the content. Since this is just a template, we're gonna wanna edit design, and we're gonna reconstruct it. Okay. Oops. Okay, so we can leave this here because that's not deletable as it's a required item. But we're just gonna delete these boxes and kind of rebuild. One thing to go over really quickly is that when you're in edit mode, you can't edit what's out of a highlighted box. So for instance, when my cursor is over this box, only what's highlighted in the box is what you can edit. So right now it's this logo and this text, and then same goes for down here. I can only highlight this text, or I can only highlight these photos and this text. I say that because when I was learning MailChimp, it gets pretty pet peevish because you think you're editing something else and you're not. So we're going to edit this block, and you can just click on the box that's already highlighted, or you can click little edit, and right away you'll get this little edit box. So for image, it corresponds with image, and for text, it corresponds with text. So this is a template. Say we want Whittier High School, or actually, let's delete this and completely build out. Delete. Okay. So to recreate that, what I used was image and text, and these are all the blocks that you can just basically drag and drop, which is pretty intuitive. So image and text, I'm going to drop here, and this is what I used. So what I can do to add my image is you can click browse or upload an image. I usually just click browse. And then we're going to have assigned folders for you guys so that you can have all your content in one folder. So I've created one for Pioneer just because I have a logo for that. So I'm going to go to Pioneers. So essentially these would be actual employees. Click on the logo because that's what we want to drop in. So insert, there's your logo, cool beans. And then what else did we have? We had Pioneer, Pioneer Prep newsletter. Okay. And most of the time you can just like replace that, the image beforehand, and then even just like keep that font and change out the name. But for learning's sake, we'll just go over how to do this. And then we can bold it. And these are just standard formatting options that you'll see in like Word or Google Docs. Center it. Size 24. We'll make it bigger actually. Let's do 27. Font. Also, sorry to take away some of your creative freedom, but I'm going to be that teacher that says don't get crazy with the fonts and don't go Comic Sans. We're going to be using standard web fonts for the beef part of the body, so that it just doesn't look so wonky and that there's continuity across the board at all sites and all Learn eBlast. So it's standard web fonts. And why? Oh, this is in the way. Sorry. Little widgets. Okay. So once we're done with that, once we're done with this block, we're going to do save. Let me hide this. Okay. So now that that's saved, that's all done, and we can move on to the next block. This is a separate block I created, so I'm going to, just so we can move that faster. Okay, so I'll delete this and show you guys how I did this. Delete the block. Okay, so for that text, you'll probably be using a lot of this drop-in blocks. It's literally just called text, and you just drop it in there, and you can just put whatever you want. So we had that there. Again, formatting options, then save and close. Okay, this is a cool block that I like to use and I think would be beneficial because I think I saw some of your s'mores newsletters and you were using youth leader photos with like their availability. So what we can do for this, again, just to save time, I'm going to highlight this, Mr. Krabs, and we're going to rebuild. Okay. So for that specific one, I also did use image and text, but they're really flexible and versatile in terms of format. So for this one, right now, it's just one image. And to change that, we can go to settings. So anything within a box is always going to be in this edit pane. So settings, if you want 2 photos, then you can toggle 1 or 2 for this format. We're going to do 2. And then you can also pick how you want your text displayed. So it doesn't always have to be like that. But for this sake, we're just going to go with this one. Always save and close. And then we're going to browse for headshots. Once you're in the Pioneer folder, or you've already like kind of dove right into your folder, it's always going to open up to this folder. If you need to toggle somewhere else, say I have Learn logos all here for you all. Then there's those folders for D&B. But since this is under Pioneer, we could just click this headshot and click Insert. There's the image. And then we're going to edit the text. So just click on the text. And we're going to just cut and paste from last time. Just add whatever text, again, just standard like Word formatting. Same for this one. To edit this one, you're going to realize that you don't, since it's in this box, you don't see it here. You're just going to go to column 2, which is sometimes a little tricky. And then we're just going to browse again, pick your pictures that you want, and then add your text again. Mr. Krabs. Okay. Cool. Yeah. And you can always go back and edit just by clicking on it. Say you want a different picture. You have replace, you have edit. To edit an image that's already in there, say you need to scale down the photo, maybe it's too big. This is, sorry, I didn't walk you through that too. You want to click edit here. And this is where you can, that image that we dropped in, you can toggle with it. So you can scale it down, scale it up. I usually, some pictures like high resolution photos are pretty big. So sometimes I just cut it by half, and usually that does it, or scale it by half. Yeah, you can add text over the photo. That's always fun sometimes, but we don't need that. But yeah, this is where you can just edit the photo, add some filters on it if you want. Save. Okay, so that's how you do that block. Oh, actually, I do want to show you guys how to do this. Usually for live links, which is like this yellow sign up button, sometimes you don't use those, and sometimes it's just easier to do. Click here for access info, and you can have this here. You can link it to something. So all you need to do is highlight the here, and then, oh my gosh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Click link, and you can link it to a web address. So say you have a sign up sheet on like a Google Doc or something. You can just drop that Google Doc URL in here and click insert, but we don't have one right now, so pretend that we did. And that will be a live link for them to click on and just sign up. Okay. Okie dokie, let's build out Photography Club. Okay, so we're going to delete and delete. Okay. Okay, so for this one, we did image and text as well. We're going to drop it. Oop, we don't want it below Squidward. To drag and reorder, it's really easy. You just click those arrows and drop. It's just this guy. Unfortunately, you can't click anywhere else to drag, which is kind of annoying, but you just grab this arrow and you can move it anywhere where it says drop lock here. But we want it here. Okay, so for Photography Club, what did we use? Oh yeah, so we're gonna go to Browse, and I did not save this in the Pioneer folder. There it is, so it's in all. We'll click that one, insert, and to, if we remember, if we want the text to the side or to the left or right, to make that image smaller, we go to Settings, and we do left. And then we'll just drop our text in by going to Content. Okay. Save and close. Okay. And then for questions, it's just really another image and text. Image and text is like what I've used mostly with Mail Chimp, but there's also other cool things that you can use. I mean, the text is if like you're, you know, if you've gotten an email through Learn when like COVID happened, we sent out emails to everyone, and we just used the text or the box text, which is basically like, dear everybody. So you can use that, but I'm assuming a lot of you guys will probably be using image cards, which are these, or image and text. I like image and text because it doesn't really use border, but you can get creative. Another cool thing, oh yeah, my dividers are a little wonky, but dividers really help with readers to kind of differentiate what content is being broken up. So we're just going to drag this one here. So for instance, okay, so it's like, okay, Pioneer Prep Newsletter. This is kind of a section because these dividers kind of make it that. And just to add a divider, here, I'll delete this so we can show. To add a divider, you just simply hover over divider and you just drag and you drop. And then save and close. Yeah, so the bulk of it is really, once you're in blocks, you drag and drop like crazy. Let's delete this one. Actually, no. I'm going to drag this one down here, show you guys how to do this one. Okay, the sign up here buttons, these are pretty quick and easy. We're going to delete this one so we can build it out. Okay, so we're in blocks and we want to go to button, and we're just going to drag and drop that one. Okay, so it will kind of default to this blue. You can use whatever color you want. It might look nice if you like use a green or something with the school color. But we'll just stick with the blue for now. Okay, so we can kind of customize what we want that button to say. So I use like sign up, since it's a button for Fine Preps Photography Club. And then it can go to a web address, which is what I basically said about the link. It's the same thing where you just click web address and then web URL, it will take you to that sign up page. Or you can do email address. So say, what school is this? Pioneer. So you can put in PG's at Pioneer, so Paul at learnla.org. So if you want to sign up that way, if it's something smaller, then emails can go just directly to PJ's email. Okay, but let's just do web address for now. Okay, cool. And then this one again, don't want to be too repetitive, but it's just another image and text. But there's other cool things that you can use here. There's products. I don't know when we'll be selling products to our students, but that is something we are capable of doing. Also, video is something I want to talk with Brianne on, because we can embed videos into the Mail Chimps. We just need a YouTube account, which we have, but that's just a matter of getting everybody as a user on YouTube. Because right now I think I am the only one that has access. So just making it more streamlined so everybody has access. Yeah, and then the social buttons, again, you don't have to worry about this because it's already in the template. But if you are building one out, say you're a manager and you're building one out, these are pretty useful. It's just another drag and drop. And then these are kind of defaults, but you can just pick which, what's it called? Social media platform that you want to showcase and have a live link, and you just drop in your, I don't know, maybe it's like Learn LA, you know, something like that. But we don't want that, not right now. Yeah, delete. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of it for building out. Once say you're like, okay, awesome, I made this amazingly cool newsletter and I want it to get sent out today. So you're just going to click continue. And since we already filled this out, Actually, let's just put my name. Okay. Emily. Okay. So you guys can see who it's coming from. Okay. So you want to send out you're ready to send out your newsletter. What you want to do is press send a test email. So this is it defaulted to Brianne's, but just so you can see, I'm going to put my name. I'm going to pretend that I'm a supervisor getting this email from one of their site coordinators. So, oops, that's not my name. Actually, I think I'm here on the list. Okay. So yeah, anybody who's in the MailChimp account, you can just toggle them on here, or you can just type them in. So I'm going to send it to my supervisor, who's Emily. Send test. And we wait. Yay. Okay, bon voyage. Test email. Okay. So now I should be getting an email. Not from Leslie. There. Okay. Since I put my name in, it's from me. But yeah, say it's like Beverly@learnla.org, or it will come up as Beverly's name. So right now it will just say test, and you can see what we put in for the subject, and the preview line is here. So Whittier newsletter, preview line is join our photo club. So we can click on it, and oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry. Let's send another test because I do want to show you guys this. Sorry. Okay. So once you pick your supervisor's name, you want to send a personal message to them and say, "Hi, so and so. My newsletter is ready for review," and then just sign your name or something, so that they know that, like, okay, I'm reviewing this, and if it looks good, then I'm going to send it. So now that they have that message, you can send a test. Sorry, I know you've already seen this. Okay, cool. Cool. Now let's go back and hope it sends. Okay, cool. There it is. So now the difference is that it sends this little message block. It only sends on tests, and the supervisor will be able to see your message here. Yeah, then they can just kind of scroll through there. They'll be able to click on the live links. Since we didn't put a URL, we can't click anywhere. But if you have any live links, they can click, see where those are going to, see if those work, see if all the links work, and if it's just ready to go. If it's ready to go, then the supervisors will send them out. And yeah, that looks cool. So that's how you do that. I'm going to jump back to here. Okay, so action items. Things that I need from you all are a high quality school vector photo. So it's kind of like that pioneer photo that we saw on the template. I need something like that. And it basically means, like, vector photo is like, it doesn't have any background. So if you guys want to put that logo on, like, say, a blue background, it won't have like a white block around it. If the school doesn't have that, which is strange if they don't, that's okay. Just get the best high quality photo so I can create all your little folders. And then site coordinator headshots. You have a white wall, good lighting, and your Learn polo. That'll be best, just so that there's some continuity across the board with Learn emails. And then email lists. This is something I spoke with Brianne. kind of touched on it briefly, but if you can either get in touch with your supervisors to see who is going to be on that emailing list. So I need one from each school site so I can create that audience. The audience is the part where you click on school site and then you click on tag and you click your school. Yeah, so once I can do that, I can create all the tags for you all, and then it will be much quicker when you go in there and just select a certain school. That's what I need from you all. And questions. Let me go back here so I could see all your beautiful faces, because I felt like I was just talking to myself in a room by myself. How do I stop? Okay. Oh yeah, of course you can see me. Okay, cool. So if you have questions, you can unmute yourself and just go for it. And yeah.
I got a question.
Yes, who's talking?
That is Paul.
Okay.
So when we're doing the audiences, can we make like our own subgroups in that, or is it up to your guys' control once we send you the mail list?
I'm sorry, you kind of broke up.
Only because I would want to send.
Can you say it again?
Oh, let me go to the next one while I fix my audio.
Okay. Sorry. Is there any more questions?
I think his question was.
Yeah.
I think his question was saying if they could make subgroups. So like in their school site, like if I have one for just like teachers at South Amani and for like students at South Amani.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was your question as well.
Is that possible? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I think that's I have that question too.
Oh, okay.
It's more will we have access to do that, or will we have to have the admins do that?
That will probably have to be a question for Brianne. As far as I know, I'm doing all the importing the audiences because the tagging can get a little wonky sometimes, or even the managers. But yeah, so are you saying like if you want to have like the teachers and like the students at that school site? Yeah, so that would all be managed through tags, which is basically essentially it will be like one large list of like everyone's here's contacts under school sites. And then what we can do is basically tag, like at Clemenson, it will have a teacher tag. So if you want to email just the teachers, then what I showed you kind of in that drop down when you click tag,